Hello and welcome. My name is Anastasia Zatula, and in this video I'm going to help you to heal your unhealthy relationship. This video is for women who are in a relationship with men and unfortunately they understand that something is off, something is going down, and I will help you to heal it. I almost guarantee you that by the end of this video, if something clicks in your mind, you will be able to change, to fix the problem, and the relationship will go back to when you first met and it was so beautiful and so romantic. Now, if you are not with the guy already, please do watch the video and you want the guy back, you think that there is still a chance, watch the video, get your man back. I'm going to put it in the description of this video, but this is for the relationship that are existing, but it just seems to be problematic. Now, as everything, there is you just need to switch basically energy and perception now. But in this video, we're going to talk about the roles, because every relationship that start having problems is basically you are taking the wrong role. You're not in the role that you're supposed to be, and that's the cause for every single issue in every single relationship. Now, the variations are different, but the cause is always the same. It's the same as the relationship with friends, the relationship with parents, the relationship with kids, relationship with your colleagues, with your clients, with everybody. It's always the same. You're too much outside your aura. Now, because you're too much outside your aura, you start taking wrong roles in life, and that's when the relationship goes sour. So it's always you who need to fix. Now, I don't say that the other person is not to blame. I just say that you blaming another person will not do nothing. You, like, for example, if I have a friend and I become a mommy to a friend, so I'm telling her what to do, I'm telling her how to do, I'm basically helping her with everything, I don't see her strengths, she will become a baby to me because that's how I'm acting. I'm acting as a mom. She has nothing to do but to act as a child. Or she can act as a teenager, rebellious child. Now, but the problem was with me. I should have never started acting as a parent. Or, for example, I am with the man and the same thing. I could start acting as a parent. Maybe I can tell him what he should eat, or maybe how he should take care of his skin or something like that, and I'm following up, I'm making sure that he ate right, that he did. So I'm becoming a parent. How is he going to act? Probably as a rebellious teenager, because no grown-up man wants a mom. He has a mom. Even if he doesn't, he at one point he had, and at this moment he's an adult that doesn't need a mother. So what I want to say is that it's always the same, always the same. Now, for example, I can bring you another example. You and your children, if you become a friend to your kids will stop somewhat respecting you as a mom, and they will act as friends because you're a friend to them. You're not really a mom that you want to be. So it's always the same reason. You become too comfortable with another person, your energy is outside your aura, and once your energy is outside your aura, it starts taking different roles, the roles that it was not designed for. There is only 4 roles for a woman, a wife, a mother, and a creator. And with the man, you are always a wife, whether it's a one-night stand, whether it's a booty call, whether it's a husband, or it's somebody you're dating. It's always the same. With the man, you're always a wife. Doesn't mean you need to marry him, but your acting should be as a woman towards a man, so a wife and a husband kind of role. That's when it comes to the relationship. Now, as soon as you switch that role and you become something else, obviously he will have to match your energy, and he will have to switch too. So you become a mom, he will have to become a kid. You become a child, he will have to become a parent. So for him to kind of to get back into the into the right state of being a husband, you need to become a wife. So it's always you. Since you have this power, I mean, isn't it amazing? Now you can change the course of your relationship. Now, if you will start telling me, well, but my husband is a manipulator, or he's what are these new modern words, he's toxic or something like that. No, 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 no. This is what you're trying to find to justify yourself. The problem is always the same, and the cause is always the same. Just it has variations. If you are with that particular man, there was a reason why you with him. There is a reason. Now, if you met a man when you were really low, and you met a man, then you start developing, you grew, and now you're trying to drag this man after you, so you want him to grow also. I mean, this is wrong. So if you grew and he doesn't want to grow, then just separate. You guys met on a different, on a level when you were not too high, so to say. Your energy was not where it should be. So just leave that man where he is and move on to the next one. On the other hand, if you met a man and you were on your regular good level of energy and you met with him, there is a reason why he is in your life. There is a reason, and therefore keep him and fix the relationship. Going from a relationship to relationship, I would not advise. Why? Because you would repeat the same patterns. I'm not a big fan of until death do us apart also, but I believe that you need to close and fix the relationship before you move on to the next one. Like me, I have no hard feelings to any of my ex-husbands, boyfriends, or anybody. Like, I'm absolutely neutral. If any of them will knock in my door, I actually will be happy to see any of them, because they're good people. I mean, I would be happy to catch up. You see, what I want to say is that this is how you should feel about anybody. If you don't have this feeling, don't take me wrong, doesn't mean that I will continue having them in my life, but I don't mind them. They're like absolutely neutral, like pedestrians on the street. I mean, cool people. I don't know what to say. So this is where you're supposed to stand with everybody. Now I'm going to tell you how to fix yourself, and then I'm going to give you the situations and explain in those situations why where you switching the roles. So as I said, it is good to, so you met a man and you guys remember that the energy only like this, right? So you don't get like this, you don't get completely dissolved in each other. As I was little, my mom always tell me everything is good in moderation. And till now she says, because I could be sometimes overindulgent with anything. If I like something, I do it. If I like somebody, I also like do a lot for that person. So like eating pasta is not bad, but overeating can cause some kind of problems, right? Or even running is healthy, but if you run too much, you can start having issues with your health as well, with your joints, with your everything. So everything has to be in moderation. And the same with the relationship. You cannot overinvest yourself in relationship, but because in the beginning it feels so great to be with another person brings particular feelings in you, you want to really dive deep into a relationship, but this is not right. It's just like eating pasta. At one point you have to stop and start eating cucumbers. So in the relationship, the same thing. Overinvestment means that you are out of your aura. You completely forgot about you, about yourself, about your goal, your ultimate higher self, your development, and all you do is thinking and focusing on that other person that brought something good in you. And as you know, I mean, as with everything, is not right, because you have you and you have four roles. Constantly focusing on one role is making you weak, you see, because you have 4 poles, and those 4 poles equally hold in you. They develop in you. Now, if you only develop in one pole, I mean, at one point you will fall, because you could not be standing on one pole. Your life could not stand on one pole. So you need to develop all 4 roles. You could not be all invested in relationship and not invest in yourself as a woman, or you could not create in creation as a creator. So you should not neglect your own development, your own kind of contribution to the society, so to say. Now, if you create and you don't nurture your projects because you're too invested in a relationship, obviously that is wrong as well. I'm going to put the video on roles in the description, so you can kind of remember them. Now, because you are so out of space, and because you're outside of your aura, you feel a little insecure, and because you feel insecure, you start controlling, and you start really counting on that other person. You're putting so much energy in that you want to, you expect to feel comfortable and secure with that other person. But it won't be like that, because comfortable and secure you can feel only inside yourself, you see? So once the person will start, I don't know, chatting with somebody, or not paying attention much to you, or watching or playing video games and not looking at you, or something, I mean, anything, it start bothering you. You start looking, oh my God, he's not paying attention to me, he's not attentive, he's this and that. But the reason why you're thinking he's like that is because you do not have that security that you're expecting from this relationship. And why don't you have it? Because the security is in you, and you're outside of your own aura. You see, you're looking for security in him right now, when the security is here. All you need to do is come back to yourself. That's really what it is. Now, what else happening? Why would you allow, right? Like, you could not allow it with everybody. Why would you allow that? Because you get too comfortable. So instead of you staying like this with your man, you get like this, a little too comfortable. Once you get too comfortable, you assume that you can say certain things, that you can demand certain things, that you can expect certain things and certain words. And this is wrong, obviously. Yes, it's good to become a little comfortable, but not to the point that you forget that you are your own energetic being, and he is his own energetic being. You could not control him or demand anything from him. Whatever the conversations are, you still need to remember that he needs to keep his aura intact somewhat, and you have to keep yours intact. Once you start mixing too much, that's what happens. You losing yourself, he's losing himself, and you could not allow that. This is almost the main thing. You need to disassociate yourself from the guy somehow. You need to find a way how to get back to yourself and focus on yourself. Remember, when you start dating a guy, when you just met him, you probably had these butterflies or something. At one point there were butterflies, otherwise you wouldn't stay with him. Now, and when you had those butterflies, you were very careful about what you were telling him, what you expecting him. I mean, if he would invite you to dinner, it would be great. If he's not, I mean, you still want him to invite you, but you would not demand, you would not assume to get upset because he didn't invite you to dinner. Maybe you are a little disappointed, but you would never dare to go to him with the problems. You are very careful with the choice of words, because it's another energy, and you are very careful. Now, when you mix the energies of you and him, you are completely unhinged, so to say, and it's not good. It's not good for you, it's not good for him either. You assume that you can ask, that you can demand, that you can expect anything, which is wrong. And you will tell me, well, he's my husband, we have a house together, a checking account together, or whatever, something. Yes, you are, but he's still his own energetic being, and you are your own energetic being, and you have to respect his aura. You can have a checking account together, which I don't really support that, but his energy is his energy, and he will always protect it unconsciously, and you should focus on your energy and on protection of your energy. Now, you can influence though this, so that's a good thing, I would say. Now, why would you start? Why would your energy change? So once you will get too involved in a person, you will start acting in two ways. Either you will become a child if your energy is lower, and you would need. So how this usually happens? You have some kind of issues, and you're upset, and you're not sure what to do, and basically you're telling your man, and he's holding you, and he's like, don't worry, I will take care of it, and you're like so happy, and you like this feeling of being babied again when you're grown up. And you slowly becoming a child, and a man becoming a parent, or vice versa. You become super strong, and you start actually being a mother to your husband. And it starts slowly. It's not like just overnight. I mean, slowly. First, you're maybe I'm not sure. You wake up on Sunday and you want to make him breakfast, which is nice, romantic, right? But you make him breakfast, and then and you feel like you are caring for him, like you're not doing the breakfast just as a romantic gesture for both of you. You're doing it because you want to make him feel good so he can sleep and then have breakfast in bed. Now you're acting as a parent, you're not, and then little by little you become more and more motherly. So how to transform? We're here to transform. You obviously need to transform. Ideally, I would always recommend to remove yourself from the space of a person for at least a couple months. I understand that if you're dating somebody or if you're married with kids, it would be a little harder. But if there is an ability to remove yourself, maybe you can go on an extensive vacation, or maybe you can tell your man, listen, I think I need some time. Let's just take a little break. We're not breaking up. We just need to take a little break to think it over, to kind of get back to myself. And I'm sure he will support you. So ideally would be if you guys would separate for a little bit, because it's very hard to create new patterns when the old ones are right under your nose. So that would be ideal. Once you separate, you need to give yourself time. Remember, you need to change. You have to change, not him. He will change according to your changes. So what you need to do, once you will remove yourself from his physical space, you need to remove yourself from his energetic space. Now, if you will go and stay with your parents for a couple months, but all day long you're thinking about him, and did he eat right? Did he drink celery juice in the morning? Did he work out? And you're always checking on him and everything. There was no point. You can just go back. You need to really, really remove yourself from his space. I mean, he's a grown-up man. He will be okay. Nothing will happen for him. I mean, he's not going to find another woman and get with her. Don't you worry. Men are not as fast to act as you would think. At least not in their relationship. So. What I want to say is that remove yourself, remove from his space and from his energetic space. So completely focus on yourself, like completely. Don't allow yourself to think about him at all, ideally, but as little as it's possible for you. And after you, probably like for a week or so, you don't think about him at all. If the thoughts are coming, start thinking about when you first started dating. How was it? Maybe you can remember your first date, so I'm not sure, first trip or something. So something that was in the beginning. Remember how you acted at that time. I'm sure you were not presumptuous. You were not much demanding. And when you were demanding, it was more playful than just hard expectations. Remember all that. Remember the sexual attraction, remember the butterflies, remember the excitement when you were going to meet him. So all this, you need to start remembering the beginning. Not right now when you are mother to a grown-up man, or when you are daughter to a grown-up man. You were a woman at that time, he was a man. You were an independent woman or dependent or whatever, but you still was outside of him. You were your own person and he was his own person. Remember that time when you two were completely different and there was excitement of connecting together and getting to know each other little by little. Now, while you are doing that, your ego is going to interfere, and your ego will be, yeah, but you know he's a manipulator, you know he was love bombing you or something. You need to just let all these thoughts, let them be like little clouds, let them flow, but don't pay much attention to them. Let them just be, just do what I'm telling you to do. Decide that it's a little experiment and you're going to do it, and that's it. Allow your ego, just tell yourself like this, yes, maybe, but let me try this. If it doesn't work, then we will go with this with this theory. But for now, allow yourself to do what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you, all this, he's a manipulator, he's toxic, he's this and this and this. It's just ego trying to defend you from the enemy that you created in your own head. You see, he is not bad. You think he's bad. Why? Because he unintentionally maybe hurt you because you made up something in your mind, and right now he became an enemy without even knowing that. Your mind is protecting you from the picture you painted about him in your mind, you see? So You need to unpaint that picture and paint the new picture of a man that you used to know. And if you tell me, well, when we start dating, I didn't know him exactly. Well, but you were attracted to him. Why not to keep that? Why would you even need to know somebody that close if it spoils the whole romantic motion? So this is what you will do. Now, another thing that you will start having in your mind, all this, yeah, but he has responsibilities, especially if you have kids like this. Remember, your man is not your pet, he's not your kid, he's not your parent, he's not your friend, he is your man, that's it. He is not supposed to be sitting and listening for you because he's not your friend. He is not supposed to be parenting you because he's not your parent. He is not supposed to be available to you all the time, he's not your pet. And obviously he's not your son, so stop pestering him. I mean, you must understand and repeat it to yourself every single time. He's not my whatever your issue is. He's not my pet, or he's not my child or something. He is absolutely a separate person. Would you be too comfortable with separate? If you would talk to your boss, would you assume that your boss is supposed to be available to you all the time? And maybe he has a meeting, or maybe he's doing something, right? You wouldn't get upset if he will say, if you want to talk to him and he's like, hey, can we do it in half an hour? And you'll be like, oh, sure, fine. You wouldn't have a problem because you know that he's another person. So why is your man could not have the same liberty, so to say? Why would you get upset with him even if you don't say nothing? Why would you allow yourself to get upset? So remind yourself this: he's nothing to you. He's an absolute stranger with whom you connected to develop particular feelings in you. That's it. He doesn't owe you nothing. You have particular standards, and if he doesn't act towards your standards, then you can just leave him, but he does not owe you nothing. He's in the role of a man. As long as you are sexually attracted to him, that's it. He has done his job. That's he is in here to basically allow you to feel a particular way, to develop your femininity while being with the man. That's it. Nothing else. He's not supposed to be listening to you. Let him eat what he eats. If he will become extremely chubby and you don't see it attractive, just tell him, listen, I used to admire your figure, now I don't, do something, or I will have to find somebody hotter. And that's it, you don't need to make him celery juice every day. I mean, he's a grown-up man, he can do it, trust me. I mean, I know, man. I told one like a few years ago, I said, what happened to you? You got so, and it's not me, I'm very kind of careful with my words, but the guy was like, he became absolutely absurd, and he lost weight very fast. I mean, we're not like dating or nothing like that, but my words were an eye-open to him, and he's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not even comfortable for me. So he changed it. But again, he didn't owe me nothing. I just said it as a, first I was shocked to see him like that, and then I just mentioned it. I didn't believe that it's my job to give him pointers of what he should do. I told him he does drink a lot of this sugary energy drinks. I told him, if you remove this much sugar, probably it would be, but that's it. I never followed up. I never really asked him, hey, how you doing? How is your weight loss journey? Never. I saw him next time in a few months. The guy was very slim. So that's the point. The man does not owe you nothing. Now, if it's hard for you to act differently, because just because you will stay quiet doesn't mean you change your position. Remember that a man is a god and you're a goddess. Would you allow particular thoughts, particular words towards a god? You will be very selective with your words, right? Somewhat respectful. You don't just come into a church and you start pointing fingers at God, right? You are very respectful because you're not sure, who knows? Maybe the God is, maybe not, but I'm still better to be on the good side than on the bad side. So the same with the man. You should not assume that you are allowed to say. You shouldn't be talking like this, disrespectful to nobody, not to yourself, not to your man, not to anybody at all, not to your children. Everybody is gods and you're a goddess. You want to be surrounded by gods. It would be a much amazing feeling. and this is how you should talk. So are you going to tell the God how he should keep his figure, or are you going to tell the God how he should socialize with his children? I mean, is it really your place? So if it's hard for you to remember that your man has only one role with you, and that role is a husband, remember that he is a God first of all, and you need to speak accordingly. You need to treat him accordingly. You need to socialize and think about him accordingly. You could not think, what if I will go for a month to stay with my parents, and he will go and he will start talking to women. I mean, first of all, if he's the God, like, don't assume that he's just uncontrolling like that. I mean, he loves you, and there is a reason. Second, I mean, who are you to really control who is he talking to or not? Who is, like, if you're a goddess, I mean, really, is this a goddess's job to run around and control your god man? I mean, that's not really, you're desirable by all. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to kind of to compare yourself to somebody? So this is important. And the last thing that I put here, this is what you will do. You do not allow yourself to cross the borders. For example, you go into a restaurant and your man is struggling with high blood sugar or whatever, something, and you go into a restaurant and suddenly he's ordering, I don't know, unhealthy steak, and then maybe he's ordering a cheesecake for dessert, and you're like you know that it's wrong, but this is when you need to catch yourself and tell yourself, listen, he's a grown-up man. He can do his own decisions, and I know he can do it. And and if he could not, then he will deal with the consequences. I have nothing to do with that. I'm just here to enjoy myself and do what I need to do. He can eat whatever he wants, and that's it. Once you will see. I actually did it once, not with the man. I did it with one of my friends. And I know that we were just the same. We were in the restaurant, and she just had that, what is that surgery for the, what is it called? The one that they put a little ring in your stomach so you couldn't eat that much, and I think that's what was it. So she did something to basically to affect her health, and we went out and she ordered like a whole bunch of food and then wine, and I didn't even know they could have wine after that, but still. Anyways, and my first impulse was to say, hey, like, are you sure? But I caught myself in the moment, and I'm like, it's whatever. She's a grown-up woman. She's older than me. I'm sure she knows what she's doing. She has doctors. Like, who am I? I caught myself in the moment. Why? Because I was maybe a little lazy at that moment to argue or anything. And you know what she said? She said, actually, I did order too much. I think I will take it to go, and it will be for lunch tomorrow. And I was like, oh, this is working. In the moment, in the same moment when I switch my role from a parent or from somebody who judges her to just a friend who is just enjoying time with her, she actually switched to a grown-up adult that is responsible for her health, you see? And that would be the same with your man. So don't assume that your man is completely uncontrolling, and if you will lose your grip, that he will just disappear, or if you will not ask him for anything as a little child, he will not take care of you. No, this is not true. You just want to be on a different level as a woman who is a goddess and with the man who is a god, and then you basically building a relationship together and developing. Now, so you don't cross the borders once you set them. So you know where you're crossing the borders. You need to be firm with yourself. It is important. You see, controlling yourself and being firm with yourself is even more important than anything else. Stay more in your aura if it's hard for you. Remember, you're here to develop. You're not here to make sure that your man doesn't gain weight or that your man is talking to your kids appropriately. He is their father. It's not really your place to tell him how he should talk or not. The kids chose that father. It is their relationship. Your relationship with the kids is your relationship with the kids. But Focus on your development. Focus on your development as a woman, as a creator, as a nurturer, as a wife, instead of focusing on, is he developing right or not? Are they developing right or not? Make sure that you're inside yourself and you're focusing on what you want to do and how you can contribute to the society and to world overall, and to yourself first of all. So do not allow yourself to cross the borders. Now, if he will, there will be some kind of like checkpoints, and maybe he will tell something like, you know, I loved so much when you used to bring me breakfast in bed, and you will be like tempted to go back to that. And you just make sure stand your ground, and you can tell him something like, yeah, but you know, I love to lounge in bed with you as well. Or you can say, well, why don't we order breakfast, and it could be delivered to us, or something like that. And just stand on your ground. Now, I'm going to go through a few life situations, and I will tell you where the problem is. So the first one is, you are in a relationship with the man and he does not fully commit. You're all upset. Why is he not? Now, if he was a god, if he's truly a god, would you really be upset and demanding about that? No, you wouldn't. You would probably express your feelings, right? You probably will tell him something. Well, actually, I would start looking into, why do I even need this man's full commitment so much if he's not ready? Usually, if a man is not ready to commit, that's because you're too much into this. Watch the video on why your man is inattentive. But for the most part, you would just express your wish, and you would say something like, I would love to spend more time with you. I really feel like we're meant together, something. And that's it. That's it. Like, just like you would talk to the God. I love to be with you. I wish we could spend more time together, but I'm grateful for whatever we have. That's it. That's how it is. You don't get upset. You don't get frustrated. You stay in your role as a wife, and you enjoy him when he's available. Well, not when he's available, but when you guys spending time together. Again, you're not sacrificing your time. You just enjoying the time when he's somewhat available. So if it's once a week, it's once a week. You're enjoying that time with him, and that's all. Now, if it doesn't work for you, you move on. But you are not upset with him. You're not demanding. You are not expecting nothing. All right. The next one is, your husband doesn't pay enough attention to your child. That's actually a real life situation. Now, and you basically trying to convince him that he has to be a better father. It's getting the child is upset, and you're upset for the child, and you start telling him what he needs to do. You completely switch your role. So you become a parent to your own husband. You are telling him what he needs to do, when it's not really even your place. Your child is upset because you're upset. That's what it is. If you will tell your child, well, father is busy, you know, he could not really be always here, but when he will be, you will have a good time, and that's it. The kid really feels the energy of the mother until 12 years old. So make sure you don't have hard feelings towards your husband and towards the father of your child. The child will not care as long as you don't care. So you're basically overstepping. One thing that you are interfering in the relationship of a father and a son. Another one is that you telling your husband what to do. Again, are you going to tell the God what to do? You can express the wish. Again, you can say, you know, your son was missing you today. I think he would love to spend more time with you. That's it. That's the most you can say. Nothing else. I mean, you could not expect him to do anything. He's a grown-up man that can do, and you're interfering right now into their relationship. Remember, children pick their parents energetically, so your son chose that guy. Who's at fault now? I mean, this is you cannot do nothing. This is the best father for your child, for his development. Just respect that. Respect the choice of your child. Respect his development. Respect your husband, and don't get involved. Stay within your aura. Allow your man to develop as a father on his own, kind of. All right, and one more. Your man talks to other women. You unconsciously and you're unconsciously getting angry and competing with other women. Okay, your man is talking to other women is because you're competing with them, and what to do? You need to get back to yourself. You're competing with other women because you're in somewhat masculine energy and you believe that somebody might be better than you. Yeah, they might be better than you, but your man chose you for a reason. He is with you for a reason. I don't know what that reason might be, but he is with you. So energetically you guys somewhat match if he is with you and not with them. And if he will choose to be with them, I mean, yeah, it will hurt. But again, I mean, what's to be done? So usually this happens when we are very much afraid to lose a man. And again, it was in the video, Why Your Man Is Inattentive. Usually this happens, we start competing and comparing ourselves to other women when we're afraid to lose this God-sent man. Now, if you will remember that you are also a God-sent woman, you are a goddess, right? You are desirable by everybody. You will stop comparing yourself to other women, and your man will start focusing more on you than on talking to somebody else. This is actually something that happened to me. I never really compete with nobody. I don't like that. I don't have much masculine energy. I never was envious or jealous. I don't have these feelings. Jealous maybe, but envious no. And women especially, I love women. I mean, not in that way, but I mean, I really admire them. I love beautiful women. I love accomplished women. So I never had problems with that. But I remember in a couple of my relationships, when I was so much afraid to lose the guy, I started looking around and I started comparing myself and competing with those women, with the women in his life that I thought were my competition. That was not right. That was a big mistake. And in one of those relationships, I was able to revert. I was already working with energy, and I had a mentor, and she told me, "You're outside your energy. You're feeding your energy to other people. You're supporting with your energy that other woman. If you think she's more beautiful, you're basically charging her with your energy. That's not. You're doing a disfavor to yourself and to your man. And now your man will start thinking, why am I with this girl when this one is more beautiful? And who did this? You did this." So at that moment, I was like, okay, not to think about her, just think about myself, only about myself. And I would just sit and I would breathe and breathe and breathe. And that helped me. If it's easy for you, imagine that you have an energy field. Give your energy field a color. Let's imagine mine is pink. And imagine your man, and he has an energy field. Imagine his energy field is blue. And now don't see anybody else, just you and him. Your energy field pink and his blue, and it's connected like this, connected somewhat, but there is nobody else outside of this connection between you and the man. So he's only connecting to you. If it would be easier for you, it helped me a little bit. You can do my meditation to call your partner, but you can do it with an existing partner too. In that meditation, I think there is something like that. I don't remember it tonight. But so that's basically it. Your focus should be only on you and a man. You have a particular relationship. Yes, you are not 24/7 with him, and you shouldn't be. Yeah, maybe he's talking to others, but the goal is that he is still choosing you, not others. Yeah, he's talking to them because you're insecure, but it doesn't mean that he will leave you. And if at one point it will become disrespectful, you can just tell him, "Listen, it doesn't work for me. I have to go," and he will make a choice. But do it as you would say to God, and you're a goddess. So you will tell him, "Listen, I love you and I respect you very much, and it seems like you're lacking something in our relationship. So I think I will let you go, and I will move on with my life in search of other butterflies," kind of like that. And he will have to make a choice. The scandals and everything, I mean, gods don't speak like that. You must remember. Okay, so that's it. To sum it up, you can transform any relationship, not only with men but with anybody. But with men, it's very, very easy. Why? Because you are energetically interconnected. If you were able to connect with somebody energetically, you will be able to disconnect. You will be able to transform the relationship into a new level. And I did it, and I did it a few times, and I did it after I already broke up with men, and those men came back to my life, not as a partner or something, but as admirers. So you can do it with anybody from the past. I'm sure you can do it in the future with somebody, but you can do it in the present, in the past, at any moment. It's easy. It's not that hard. All you need to do is right intention and right focus. You see, you need to understand. Once it clicked to you, you will understand where you were making mistakes. And then all you need to do is just fix the mistakes. That's all, nothing else. So if you are, let's imagine you're depending on a man. So you're in the role of a child, and he is in the role of a parent, and he doesn't respect you much because you are a child. Maybe what you need to do is you need to stop being a child. Maybe you can go and get a job or something, start getting money somehow, so you will get somewhat independent, and he will have to adjust from a parent to a man that respects his woman. So to sum it up, anything in excess is bad. So if you do something, everything should be in moderation, and relationship as well. You are developing with the man, but he's not your whole life, and you shouldn't be his whole life either. You're only connecting 25% of the time for your role as a wife. That's it. No, don't do nothing else with him. He's not your friend, he's not your pet, he's not your son, he's not your parent. That's it. Usually the problems in relationship become when you get too much into his aura, you get out of your aura, and you start taking different roles because you're not inside of you. You taking whatever roles, you can be his mom, you can be his daughter, you can be anything, and that's when the problems start. You will. I remember this woman. She told me, my husband is just so selfish and blames me for everything. Her husband was acting as a spoiled rebel teenager. Why? Because she was acting as a mom. That's it. And once she stopped doing that, her husband miraculously became just a normal man that adored her. That's it. So how to transform it? You need to remove himself from his space, ideally from his physical space. If you could not do that, then at least energetically you need to stop thinking about him that much. If you're waking up and you're like, did he go to work? Did he have his breakfast? No. Your thoughts should be, what am I doing today to please myself? Something like that. So remove yourself from his space, and energetically remind yourself constantly that he's your man. Meaning that all he needs to do is arouse particular sexual feelings in you. That's it, nothing else. You guys are together to procreate, nothing else. He is here to open your femininity, but he needs to stay a man. You see, he could not open your femininity if he will be a child. Remind yourself that he's nobody else but a man. He lived without you before, he will live without you after, whatever he will tell you. If it's a feminine man, he's like, my God, I will die without you. Okay, that's his choice. You're not here to save anybody. You're here to develop yourself. Now, if it's hard for you to remember that and act accordingly, remember that he's a god and you're a goddess, and you will choose very carefully what you will say. If it's hard for you to remember how it is, go back to the beginning of the relationship, when you're very careful with what you say, with what you demand, and what you will, when you start liking him, not when he start pursuing you, but when you start liking him and start having these butterflies, you were very careful about expressing your feelings, about demanding anything. Everything was very, very respectful at that time. And do not allow yourself to cross those borders again. You need to stay like that all the time. So if you chose to be a wife, you stay in as a wife. That's it, nothing else. You're not cleaning his apartment, you're not doing his laundry, you're not catering to him. On the other hand, you are not demanding him to support you from now on, he will do it. But it should not be an expectation, it should be a wish that he will gladly grant for you. All right, that's it. Please do send this video to women, to men who want to, the same actually with men. So once a man become a husband in the relationship and not none of those before, the relationship will miraculously heal. Do send it to people that needs to hear this, that would benefit from it, that could heal a relationship. If you had relationship prior that were not healthy, that finished not good, I would heal them too. I would not even start relationship until I would heal those ones. So you wouldn't drag that kind of that misery into new relationship. You know how it starts. Oh my God, my ex was such a manipulator. Okay, please do like, comment if you have any questions, and do follow me for more. If you have any ideas for next videos, please do send them. I have my ideas, but I would love to hear yours. And I think I will see you in the next video. Also, don't forget, I'm doing a 31 days challenge to change the energy to money energy. I put a short every day here on YouTube and also on TikTok. Please do listen to them, and let's become rich together in 2025. Well, let's see. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.